Hi.
What do you got?
We got it. Just pick some fresh tea. Fresh herbal tea. Lots of stuff. We got echinacea, calendula, hibiscus, nasturtiums, yarrow, bergamot, hyssop, about 4 or 5 different types of mint, some lungwort, some lemon balm, some lemon verbena.
You got them all from here.
Too much to name. Yeah, we got all this stuff here. But
Okay, please show us.
oh yeah, we'll show you where to get it all. So this area here is our little herb garden. Starting at this end is mostly the tea section.
Yep.
We've got about 4 or 5 different types of mint. This is apple mint, peppermint, spearmint. We got garlic chives back here. We got catnip, hyssop. This is lemon balm. This is pineapple sage. It's also growing over here. We have a peach tree growing there. We just planted that this year. We expect it to produce quite a bit next year. We got, I think, 2 or 3 different types of sage here. Here and here, purple sage. I think this is pineapple sage, rosemary, a few different types of parsley. It's like Italian parsley. This is a rue here. It's a highly medicinal plant. Bay leaf, another highly medicinal plant. This is fennel, bronze fennel. We have grapevines growing up the back and going over top. You can see there's some grapes growing up there all over the place. They're not quite ready yet, but
How many more weeks?
probably 2 or 3 more weeks and we'll be in grape overload.
Grape overload. Seriously.
Uh,
Wait, there's more over here, right?
yeah, these are all grapes. There's three runners going out. There's actually soon to be a 4th.
Okay.
He's climbing over top of the raspberries. This is our raspberry patch here. It's winding down to an end. You can probably still find 4 or 5. There's one right here.
Yeah, you picked it.
And it produces crazily from about June 1st till the end of July. You can come out and you can pick a big giant bowl every day. Every single day, yeah, every morning. It basically produces more than 2 people can pick and eat. This is our little patio area. It's mostly just container gardening. Tomatoes, cucumber. You can see a little cucumber sprouting up here.
Put the tomatoes first.
Yeah, those are patio tomatoes. There's a nice little yellow guy up there. All different types. We're just experimenting. Yeah, that's a... Oh, he's got a little bit of a hole, but he's basically ready to pick and eat.
And what's up here?
Cucumber. Cucumber with some holy basil growing with them. So that's holy basil there, and that's a little cucumber. This is a zucchini growing here. He hasn't started producing yet, but he should. And cucumber as well. He's got a little bit of a shady area, so he's not producing as fast. Some ornamental plants here. This is a little Mediterranean herb thing, yeah. Rosemary, 2 different types of oregano, some lavender.
Wait, is it again? Which one?
This one's rosemary.
Yeah.
2 different types of oregano, I think there's Cuban and Italian possibly, and 2 different types of lavender.
Okay, got it.
We have tomatoes growing in the baskets up here.
And then around this row is...
This is just a mixture of random stuff. We just shoved a bunch of things in. These are tomatoes here. We have calendulas and marigolds growing in the front. We got some lettuces. This is sorrel. It's like a perennial lettuce. Some dill. This is a little pepper bush. Some more holy basil. This is a type of kale. We have cucumbers growing up the back. They're going to grow up. This box was just recently harvested. We had some alyssum and stuff growing up the back, some beans and stuff, but now it's just rosemary and a little zucchini. This box is another experimental box we did this year. These are actually sweet potatoes and yams. Very experimental. We'll see what happens. I planted some lettuce and some dill here. This is Malabar spinach. It's a hot variety of spinach.
When you say hot, are you talking about
Hot weather. Hot weather. Most spinaches don't grow in the summer.
And like hot, like Beyonce.
And then this is a new addition too. This is a hops vine.
Okay.
So it's good for tea. It's also good for beer making.
And these are the...
Yeah, this is trumpeter vine. It's called. It's quite beautiful.
Wow.
It's mostly just for aesthetic purposes. It doesn't have any edible value, but it's quite nice to look at. This, we got an eggplant growing in here. We'll see how that does. This is called Mexican tree spinach. It's another like hot growing green. Most greens, if you try and grow them in the summer, they just go straight to seed. These ones don't. And then this is the start of our main vegetable patch. We're growing tons of stuff. The poles are pole beans. You can see they're starting to produce quite heavily right now.
Let's just zoom in on the pole beans. Oh yeah.
But there's four going up this way. There's not that one. You can see that's the tallest one. That one's like turned into a big bush. But yeah, the vegetable garden, we put this in. This is like a space-saving technique. You can grow up instead of like trying to grow squashes and cucumbers and stuff like that. They take up a lot of space. So if you grow them up, it saves a lot of room. So we have cucumbers growing all along here. Quite a beauty right there.
Okay.
And then, yeah, there's 3 different types of squashes growing down there. Butternut, spaghetti, and acorn, I think.
Okay, so going along the rows here.
That's all celery. It's growing quite tightly. These are carrots. I can pull one up and show you.
Wait, okay.
Let's find a nice big guy. Oh, there's one.
Okay, hurry on.
Carrot. This is potatoes. I could probably try and dig one of these out as well. There's a potato.
Just like that.
And then we got beets. I can also pull one of them out.
All right.
Beets, tomatoes are growing there. Let's find a nice beet. There's one.
There she is. Nice. Okay, I'll probably...
More pole beans. This is a red currant bush. You can see they're quite little delicious fruits. Yeah, we've been meaning to harvest these but our little son loves them.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. There's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it produces really well.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, this is...
Where are we at?
We tried to grow enough tomatoes this year that we could make our own sauce
Let me go on this side.
to last us the whole winter.
Yeah.
We'll
So what
see.
we got here?
We'll see what happens. This is these are called alpha tomatoes. It's actually a farm just down the road that sells the seeds.
Mm.
We have an onion growing right here. I tried to grow onions with them. You can, It's not quite ready for harvest, but you can see that he's almost ready.
Yeah. There's another cucumber over there.
Yeah, he's growing up here. These ones actually just planted themselves.
Oh wow.
I didn't even plant these ones. But I saw there's a little guy.
Yeah.
It's like a pickling cucumber.
Mm-hmm.
We actually made pickles just the other week. The bare space back there, I just planted more carrots and beets for a winter harvest.
There's more beans here.
Beans, yeah, those are some beauties. These guys are just starting to come into season. You could eat them, but it's probably, there's one. Some of them are ready right now, but. And then this is another highly productive area. We just put this in this year. It's just like a little raised box, but these 2 tomatoes that we planted are just crazy. They're like trees. And this is a potato in a bag, another experiment we're doing this year.
Okay.
This is cucumber central right now. It's kind of choking everything else out, but you can see cucumbers galore, different types. I think there's 3 different types. A little baby there, another just starting there. They go from this size to this size in maybe a day and a half.
Wow.
And then you can see we got a little blueberry bush here. Yeah. It's coming to its end, but it was quite highly productive. I think we have 14 blueberries in this yard. There's one, this guy right here, he's like the Mac Daddy, but he produces probably as much as 6 of our other ones because the other ones are quite small. But he produces crazily. That's our compost bin there.
Okay.
We put all of our compost in there. It's like a spinning one.
So all of this here is...
This is just a greenhouse. Right now, at the beginning of the year, I use it to start seeds. Seeds that heats up fast here, so you can start stuff in here before you can start it outside. It's quite nice. And then in the summertime, I transfer it to like a tomato and cucumber growing because they like the hot heat. This is a fig tree. I planted this, I think, 2 years ago, and it was maybe that big. You can see it's just starting to get its first figs this year. It'll probably actually produce quite heavily next year.
Mm.
There's an Espelay pear tree growing up the fence.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have going in here? There's this blueberries, a little guy here. You can't really see it, but this is one, this is one, this is one, this is one. There's 4 more growing back there. Mm. There's actually this is actually called a honeyberry. This one right here, he's done producing for the year, but here's some more blueberries if you want to see some growing. They're actually quite delicious.
Okay, so we got it. Banana.
Yeah, there's a banana. They don't produce in our climate, but they're quite beautiful. We have 3 apple trees in the yard. One's here. It's a grafted tree with 4 different varieties on it. You can see this one here is producing quite heavily.
Yeah.
This is just a single variety, but it's producing so heavily that it's almost breaking itself.
All right.
But
wow.
they're like about 2 weeks away from eating.
Okay.
And that's our 3rd apple tree. These 2 produce heavily. Like you'll have enough apple trees from these 2. This one right here. Okay. This guy. We actually saved this guy.
You saved it.
Yeah, one of our clients was getting rid of it, and we transferred it because we knew what a good producer it was.
So it was a rescue.
It is, yeah.
Okay,
this is bee balm. It's called bee balm or bergamot. It's what Earl Grey tea is made of.
Wow.
So it's really good for attracting beneficial insects.
Mm.
So bees, you want bees coming in, need pollination. Ladybugs, whatever.
Yeah.
And you can use it for tea. You can eat it. This is our zucchini, one of our zucchini bushes here. This one, we just harvested him recently, so he's quite small, but later on I'll show you some big guys.
Okay.
This is calendula. This is another highly medicinal plant. It's an annual, but it'll self-seed, so it'll keep coming back. But you can put it in olive oil and you can use it on rubs, and it's really good for healing cuts, for sunburns, for rashes, anything like that. We make salves and stuff like that with it. There's a little kale growing back here, but he kind of got drowned out by everything, so he's not doing too happy. More bee balm. This is amaranth, but again, he got crowded out by everything, so.
All the high rises start going up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is our berry central, so we've got 2 more blueberry bushes back here. You can see they're just coming to the end. This is a gooseberry here. You can see this coming to his end as well, but there's a little gooseberry there. There's more back there. But they're quite tasty.
Okay.
This is a josta berry. It's a cross between a black currant and a gooseberry, I think.
All right.
Quite big.
Did you do that crossing?
No, it's just a variety. Yeah.
Do you have problems with birds eating your fruit?
No, they stick to their seed.
Really, eh?
Yeah. This is we'll go through the berries quickly. So there's you can't see it, but it's called blackcap raspberry. It's a wild variety of raspberry that grows low to the ground here. This is a huckleberry.
Okay.
We have goji berries. We have them here, and we have them down there. This one we harvested recently, but the other one down there still has goji berries on it. This is loganberry. Same thing. It produces. It's coming to its end. You can see like that one's not quite ready yet, and this one's almost over ready. But you can see the nice juice. It's good.
All right.
This is elderberry. It's another super highly medicinal plant. Elderberry grows quite freely here, but it's a red variety of elderberry, and the seeds are poisonous. But this isn't. This is a black elderberry. It's called, and it's highly medicinal, no poison. Fully edible, and it's actually really medicinal.
Watch it die on camera. Oh my gosh.
These are the biggest berries you'll ever see. Well, there's one there, but he doesn't do them justice. They get probably 3 times this size. But, berry season's coming to an end. That's called boysenberry. Boysenberry, and this is a tayberry.
Tayberry?
Tayberry, yeah. We have a black currant there. He might be done.
Yeah, no,
And then there's a Saskatoon serviceberry there, but he's also done.
Saskatoon, look at these boys. The one we in the film.
And then there's 2 more blueberries down there as well. So berry central. Here's the goji berries. You can see them growing fresh. Most people have never tasted a fresh goji berry,
Oh, yeah.
but they're actually quite good. Another really medicinal plant.
Good in soup.
Mm-hmm.
And the cereal.
More zucchinis. Zucchini. This is just an ornamental pea. This is hyssop.
That's a real plant.
This one?
Yeah, no, this.
Oh, that's not, no. That's just holding the pea vine up. This is lemongrass. You can use it in tea or in cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Some chard.
And this is.
That's hyssop, it's called. Hyssop, it's called licorice mint. It's good for mints, good for bugs. You can eat it. These are tobacco leaves. You can actually dry it and smoke it.
Really?
This is a perennial kale. This guy's actually quite cool. This is new to our garden this year. It's called walking stick kale. So most kales, they grow like this or like this. They say small, but this one, it grows. It's only an annual, but they say it grows so tall like this. It'll grow even taller, and they say you can cut it down and it'll become your walking stick. So
And there was something special about that one at the end.
yeah, these 2 kales are quite, this one even, he's just starting, but they're all 3 are quite valuable. Most kales, you'll plant them one year, they'll grow that year. They usually survive the winter, and then the next spring they go to seed. And they start dying, they look ugly, and you basically got to chop them down. This kale here, it's called a bush kale. It's from England. I ordered it from England. I ordered that guy from England as well. It will never go to seed. It's edible, it'll be here forever. You can propagate it by you snip it off here, and you can soak it in water. It'll root itself. You can plant another one. You could plant it everywhere if you wanted. This I ordered from somewhere in the United States. It's called purple tree collard. Same thing. Same with that one. It won't go to seed. This is an annual collard. Same thing with the kale, is it'll go to seed the following year. This one won't. This will be here forever. You take care of it, it'll be here forever. And you can see I said about the propagating. These are 2 that I took. I just broke off some branches and I planted them, and they seem to be surviving.
Cool. Just to show you where we are, we're at the back of the house here. With our spectators over there. So continue. Let's go. Go on this way.
Okay, this garden, this is another new addition. This is a mulberry. Mulberries used to be really popular. They get berries that are about this long, and the birds love them, but they would stain people's driveways. So they basically got eradicated in North America for that reason. But they're delicious, and I hope to eat one of these before I leave. Growing at the base here, it's taken over. It's arnica. It's a really another medicinal plant. You can see the flowers here. You can basically come out and pick endless amounts of these we actually chopped this whole thing down because we had harvested enough of it. But you take this, you soak it in olive oil, and it's like the best muscle rub you can get. More calendula. These are actually perennial broccoli. It's called 9-star perennial broccoli. Same thing, most broccolis, you'll plant them once. You have to plant them every year. This foreseeably should produce every year without having to be replanted. Some nice sunflowers here. We have 2 different types of artichokes growing back there. That's a colorful yarrow. Yarrow grows quite wild here, but it's always white in the wild. Here we have a pink one there. There was a red one over there. This is echinacea. You've probably heard of that. It's like you take it when you're getting sick. You can eat the leaves, you can eat the flowers, but the root is what you want. So you could harvest the root, or you could just let it come back every year. It's a perennial. I'll show you that big zucchini here where it needs to be harvested, but another zucchini plant here. You can see that monster right there.
Look at that guy.
Put my hand so you can get a scope of the size.
Okay.
Here's the apple tree. You can see his
yeah.
apples coming out. He's a little bit behind the other guy, but his apples produce later in the season.
Nice.
This guy, this is a plum tree.
Plum tree. I love
Yeah.
plums.
It's got a broken branch here. Same thing, we just sprinkled in whatever at the bottom. There's a couple zucchinis, sunflower, he just came up out of nowhere. Yarrow, nasturtiums, another zucchini. Yeah. This whole garden here that goes basically down to where we were with the cucumbers earlier, all the way around, it's mostly full of just perennial, low care flowers. They come up, you don't have to water them, you don't have to do anything. They come up, it looks nice. There are some medicinals in them, like comfrey is really good. They forget who called it. It's called knit bone, but it actually, you can make poultices out of it, and if you have broken bones or bruised muscles, it really helps heal. It also helps heal cuts and stuff like that. This is a eucalyptus tree. This guy right here, he's quite young, he's quite small, but you know, these are Japanese lanterns. These will go like bright red. They actually have little tiny tomatoes in them. Most people don't know that, but if they're dark red like that, you can break them open. We got our monkey puzzle tree there.
Let's go there. Why is it called again?
It's the one tree monkey can't climb. There's probably others, but that's why it's called that. It's really spiky, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the monkey tree. Oh my God, look at that.
And then we got we planted we were gonna plant a hedge here, but we decided to just plant different varieties of bush. So it's finally actually starting to fill in. We're getting some nice privacy now. More echinacea here. This is mallow, another really medicinal plant. You can use it in teas. It's actually in the tea. You can eat it. It's beautiful. Back here, we have our Japanese maple. It's a really expensive plant. It's quite beautiful.
How much are those again?
Yeah, that thing's probably worth around $2,000. There's a couple just regular old maples planted behind it. Hydrangeas. This is right there. These quite nice. These potatoes. These I didn't even plant. They're just coming up. They'll produce a potato or two for us. This is a sorrel. It grows usually in the early spring and in the late fall. But it's oh, look at that little caterpillar on there. But it's like
Caterpillar, grasshopper.
yeah, grasshopper.
Wait.
Sorry.
Zoom in on this guy. Anyway.
It's a perennial green, so you can put it in your salads. It grows. Plants it once, it grow every year.
Mine is the grasshopper.
Yeah. He's good. We like bugs in this yard. I should say everything in this yard is organic. We don't use any pesticides, fertilizers. We use organic fertilizers, but no spray, no nothing. We're against that. We had a asparagus patch here, but it wasn't doing so well, so we transferred it to the front yard. So there is asparagus in the front yard. Trying to grow mushrooms in these logs this year. We'll see how that goes. One's shiitake and one is oyster mushroom. This is giant rhubarb. See the nice red stalks in there. Another low care thing. You don't have to really attend to it. You just come out and harvest it when you want it. There's the hibiscus flowers that were in the tea earlier. This is another little like medicinal corner here. This is valerian. People with sleeping problems are probably familiar with that. You can take the root as a tea. It's really good for helping you go to sleep. This is called lungwort. Put it in your tea. It's good for your lungs. This is one of my favorite herbs here. It's called skullcap. It's like you take the leaves and you can soak it in like either grain alcohol or vodka, and then you take it as a tincture, just little drops of it, and it's just like relaxes you. It helps you go to sleep, but it's just like helps you relax after a hard day's work. These tall things here, they're called sunchokes. It's a perennial root crop. So they produce late. So late in the winter time, they'll grow here, no maintenance. And late in like November, December, you can go and dig up, and they're like potatoes. They're like big starchy potatoes. And then we got more. This is comfrey. We usually plant these at the base of all of our fruit trees because they got really deep tap roots. So their tap roots will go down and they help the fruit trees grow. And they actually suck up nutrients. And then you can just chop the whole thing down, and you can see you chop it down, and then the nutrients go back into the ground, and it feeds the fruit tree. This is a cherry tree. You can see some of the cherries we got over here. And yeah. Yeah, we have a ginkgo up front. We got asparagus up front. What else do we got up front? More of the same. Calendula.
Cool. I know. Too bad we don't have like an aerial view.
Yeah.
Too bad I don't have a drone, like a remote control. You can go up. All right, thanks. Let's look at that. Well, this is a teapot, right? And then, of course, these are the potatoes. You want to have to talk on this because they can't hear me.
Okay. Yeah, tea, potatoes. We harvested these 3 days ago. This I just picked about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
This cucumber I just picked maybe 5 minutes ago. These we picked a couple days ago. Zucchini, squash, tomatoes, a couple of different types of heirloom, and that's the alpha tomatoes. Carrots, we just pulled those out. This garlic, we have a whole shed full of it actually. We planted it. This box here was actually full of garlic.
Oh.
But garlic's a weird crop because you plant it in October, and then over the winter it just grows its root system, and then it shoots up, and then you harvest it in July. There's our beans, carrots, some beets, raspberries, blueberries, peaches, strawberries. Strawberries, I forgot to say, they're growing in the boxes. We have them hanging. You can see this actually right here. This is a strawberry box right here. We have about, I think, 6 of those. There's a giant one over there somewhere. Yeah.
Wow. What is that?
Beans.
More beans.
Those beauties. That's the beauty of not spraying. You can eat straight from the thing.
All right. Thanks very much for it. Sayonara. Say goodbye.
See you later.